Hello, and welcome to Meanwhile in the Bible. Here we tell you Bible stories like you were living in them. And today let's learn about the golden calf. Yep, that Exodus 32 story about Moses going up to Mount Sinai to get the deets, only to come back to a group chat gone wild in his absence. These are not sermons, just a channel that unpacks divine drama like a reality show. You've been walking for days across the desert, and then Mount Sinai looms in front of you, blackened at the top like it's kissed by a lightning cloud snarling around its peak, like something divine is caged inside. You're standing at the edge of something eternal. The air is heavy, thick with smoke, thunder, and a strange kind of silence that hums just above your ears. This morning you woke up to thunder and lightning with a thick cloud covering the mountain and a very loud trumpet blast. Everyone in the camp trembled. Then Moses had led the people out of the camp to meet with God. They had stood at the foot of the mountain. Mount Sinai was covered with smoke because the Lord descended on it in fire. The smoke billowed up from it like smoke from a furnace, and the whole mountain trembled violently. As the sound of the trumpet grew louder and louder, Moses spoke, and the voice of God answered him. The Lord God Almighty had descended to the top of Mount Sinai. You're there, and everything smells like fire, like dry sand. And Moses, that guy that led you out of Egypt across the sea and through the desert, is standing at the foot of the mountain. He's been up and down that holy thing, and you know he's about to head out again. You glance at the sea of tents surrounding. The people are fidgeting, eyes wide, unsure. Moses has told the elders to wait. He told them he was going up with Joshua. He left Aaron in charge. He said that he will be back. You watched him climb higher and higher. The cloud swallowed him whole in front of your eyes. All that was left was thick, trembling silence. You didn't know how long he was going to stay gone. No one did. The clock ticked, and the people, those he had just delivered from slavery, started getting twitchy. It only took a few missed updates for their faith to crack. Now several days have passed. Back in the camp, things are getting weird. You had expected some prayer circles, maybe some long naps. But no. The group chat goes absolutely feral the second Moses went offline. People started pacing, muttering. There are rumors that he's dead, or he ran off, or turned into a pillar of smoke. Aaron is trying to hold it together, but he's more golden retriever than leader. Soft eyes, too agreeable. Unlike Moses, whose eyes glowed with divine authority. You decide to take a walk, to clear your mind. You stand at the base of Mount Sinai, and things are about to call down the wrath of the heavens, that glorious Old Testament wrath. You are surrounded by sand, not the soft, beachy kind, but the gritty, unrelenting stuff that sticks to your skin and gets in your teeth. The desert sun is baking overhead, and the days blur into each other hot and slow. You've been walking forever, or at least that's what it feels like. Ever since you left Egypt, yes, actual pyramids, pharaohs, and locusts Egypt, you've been part of this massive caravan of people following Moses. Tall guy, big beard, serious leader energy. He's the one who parted the Red Sea, if you recall. Kind of a big deal, but now Moses is gone again. He said he was going up the mountain to talk to God, and that was how long ago? You've lost count, maybe 30 days? Narpada. There's no official calendar here, just long scorching days and colder nights. And with every passing moment, the crowd grows restless. You're camped at the base of Mount Sinai. It's jagged and ominous, always cloaked in this mysterious cloud cover that flicker with occasional lightning. You swear you heard thunder up there once that sounded a little too much like a divine side-eye, but down here, it's all murmurs and mutters, and murmurs about mutters. You hear it first in whispers like an infection spreading through the crowd. Moses is dead. No one can survive talking to God for that long. What if he left us? And then, like all bad ideas, someone says it out loud with confidence, let's make a god of our own. Wait, what? Before you can blink, someone has started collecting jewelry, gold bangles, earrings, necklaces, the remnants of Egyptian luxury now stripped from ears and wrists and dropped into a pile. You watch it all melt down in the heat, a bubbling, shimmering pool of molten gold, and from it they sculpt a cow, or more accurately, a calf. It's not majestic. It's kind of cute, really. Like if a golden baby cow had a Pinterest board. You still can't believe it. It simply started like a jewelry swap. But soon flames licked the sky, gold melted like butter, and a crude shape began to form. A calf, not a lion, not a thunderbird, a baby cow. Still someone starts dancing, then another. Drums are beating, people are singing, twirling, laughing. They're calling it a festival. Moses has only been literally gone for 40 days, and these people invent Coachella for cows. They lift it up, gilded, glinting, ridiculous, and then they party. You're standing in the middle of it, holding a fig in one hand and complete disbelief in the other. Are we really doing this? A cow? Someone hands you a drink. It's sweet, fermented, stronger than expected. You take a sip. The heat and music swirl. There's glitter. Possibly body paint. Definitely interpretive dance. It's Burning Man, BC. You hear someone shout, "This is your God, Israel. This cow brought us out of Egypt." You choke on your drink. That was Moses. Remember Moses? The guy who turned rivers to blood and waved his staff like it was a lightsaber? The one who got us out? Apparently not. The party roars into the night. Up on the mountain, Moses is having the most intense download from God. Think thundering clouds, carved tablets, and a whole lot of rules. You'd think God, omniscient as he is, might already know what's happening down below. Spoiler, he does. Your people, he says to Moses, have corrupted themselves. Oof, that's never a good sign. Meanwhile, you're half asleep against a rock, the firelight flickering across the golden calf. Someone's trying to roast something that's very much not roastable. You think you hear a kazoo. It's chaos, but the fun kind. There's music, there's dancing, there's wine, stained linen, and someone probably yelling, "Whoa!" Before blacking out face first in a fig platter, you open your eyes slowly. Figures fleeting, shapes unclear. The golden calf stands high above everyone, shining like a bad decision in full sun. The party is still going. You look up on the mountain, and you know God is not amused. And Moses will flip a switch. You feel the shift before you see it. But nothing around you has changed. People are still dancing, twirling, gliding on everyone and everything. Your eyes move around, searching for something you cannot name. And then you see something on the horizon, a figure, tall, stormy. Moses is back. He holds 2 stone tablets. They look weighty, sacred. They seem heavier than any human should be able to carry. But then again, Moses is not just anyone. That dude split the Red Sea into 2, brought forth water from a rock, and so on. So deep down, you know he's different. Suddenly, everyone else has noticed the same thing you have. The party goes dead silent. Music stops mid-beat. Someone drops a tambourine. Moses takes one look at the calf, at the people dancing, at you and your fig and your half-witted, slightly buzzed expression, and he snaps. His hands tighten around the stone tablets. Those divine downloads he just spent 40 days collecting. Commands from God, etched with words of fire and law. He hurls them at the foot of the mountain. Crack! They explode into shards. It's like a scene from a movie when the boss sweeps everything off the table in a fit of rage. Or maybe not, because when Moses smashes these tablets, it is much worse. Remember, these are divine cosmic laws written by the hand of God the Almighty. The crack echoes across the valley like a divine mic drop. The tablets shatter into pieces. On the rocks below, ancient law now broken in stone and in spirit. It's like watching someone slam a laptop closed on the 10 Commandments. What are you doing? It's not even a question. It's a divine rhetorical accusation. The party's frozen. Everything is quiet. Everyone is trying to breathe in silence. You try to look small, very small, like sand grain small. You try not to look at Moses, but you can still see his face. It's on fire. Not from actual fire, but from a fury older than language. He marches through the stunned crowd, eyes locked on the calf. This is what you worship now? No one speaks, not even Aaron, who's already sweating through his robes. Aaron, Moses' brother and the interim leader, while Moses was away, stammers like a kid caught in a lie. They gave me the gold, I threw it in the fire, and poof, out came this calf. You squint. Really, Aaron, that's your story. Moses freed you from slavery, climbed a lightning mountain, spoken with the divine, watched laws be etched into stone by literal fire, and now he's hearing it just appeared, bro. Moses doesn't answer. He grabs the golden calf, tosses it in the fire, melts it down, grinds it to powder, then mixes that powder into water and makes everyone drink it. Yes, everyone has to drink this gold. It's like the worst protein shake in ancient history. You sip the metallic, bitter water, wondering what kind of cosmic detox this is. But you say nothing, do nothing. It's gold-infused regret. The camp is silent now. No more music, no more laughter, just the wind and the slow realization that maybe worshiping a cow wasn't the brightest move. Moses tells the Levites to rally. Justice is swift, harsh, bloody. The Levites had not participated in the golden calf worship. They had remained sane when everybody else was getting high over a cow. Moses instructs them to kill those who took part in the party. He asked the Levites to unalive those who worshiped the golden calf. About 3,000 people are unalived. It's harsh, it's bloody. But you knew this was coming. The Almighty is a jealous, wrathful, and vengeful God, and you and your camp had replaced him with a golden calf. Add that to the sin of Moses smashing the divine tablets. You're surprised God did not smite everyone in the camp. But when he sends a plague as punishment for the Israelite sin, you know he's just about done. The plague kills over 20,000 people, and there was nothing to be done about it. No miracles, no herbs, no vaccines, no antibiotics. This was like the original coronavirus, or maybe just the divine flu. Moses disappears again into the mountain to plead with God for mercy. You sit in the shadow of Sinai, the taste of gold on your tongue, and wonder how things escalated so fast. All you wanted was a sign, a direction, something to believe in while the leader was away. Instead, you got a shiny cow, a sugar hangover, and a divine timeout. The mountain crackles again in the distance, and you, still surrounded by sand and silence, close your eyes and wait. Because sometimes the hardest part of faith is just not knowing. And sometimes the most human part is throwing a party to fill the silence.